Hey, what's up? It's Rob Balasabas here. Welcome to the Coffee with Creators podcast. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to go. I got a topic that I really wanted to talk about. I just had a interview with my friend Franz, who is the head of strategic partnerships over at Hopin and StreamYard. I think you guys are probably familiar with StreamYard if you've been, consuming and listening and watching some of my content on YouTube and also on this podcast. I love StreamYard. I love using StreamYard. I've been using StreamYard for years, even before they were acquired by Hopin. And so we were talking about this idea of the different types of partnerships out there in the industry, in the media industry, in the creator economy industry for sure, and also in the tech space industry. And so wanted to talk about that. And so, before I dive into it, want to say thank you for being here. If you're new to the podcast, make sure you subscribe. We'd love for you to subscribe so that you can consume and catch all of the new content, new episodes as they come out. If you've been here for a while, thank you so much for hanging out with us here, hanging out with me for sure. Thank you. Very grateful that you are here. I hope that you're finding value in the conversations and the content that you're listening in on, and hopefully you're learning something as well as you listen and consume the content that's here and applying it to your business, to your work life, to your life, because we don't just talk about the creator economy here. Sometimes we'll get on some different tangents about other things, right? The mental health and work-life balance and all those things, career-wise, of course, and work and the industry. But sometimes we'll even talk about parenting and traveling and all sorts of stuff. So hopefully you're just enjoying hanging out here with us, because I definitely do appreciate you being here. The other thing, before we get into this topic of the different types of partnerships, is I mentioned this in the last episode, is that I'm really trying to think through how I can serve this audience better. And one of the things that's really I feel like I'm being kind of called to is to do some coaching, one-on-one coaching, small group coaching. And so if you're interested in that, reach out to me. I've got my email address somewhere in the show notes, or reach out to me via DMs on Instagram or LinkedIn, and let's definitely talk about it. I'd love to kind of see how I can serve this audience better, this community better. And so reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you and we can take it from there. I'd just love to kind of pick your brain about, sort of the things that you feel that I can help you with. All right. So with that, let's dive into this topic. I am the head of partnerships and community at a company called uscreen.tv. That's my day job. And that's really, I love my job. I almost don't feel like it's a job. I find a lot of joy and enjoyment doing my job. I look forward to it. Monday mornings, really weird. I really look forward to Monday mornings. Part of that I think is because I am pretty rested during the weekend. Sabbath, as you guys know, is Saturday for us as a family, so we really slow things down. We don't, I turn off my phone. I hang out with the family. We eat really well. Coffee. This is black coffee. I drink black coffee kind of throughout the week. And then on Sabbath, man, I indulge in, like a cappuccino or latte, and so it's just it's a really, we're starting to have some friends over, or we'll go to friends for a Sabbath meal and stuff like that. So I'm really rested during the weekend. Sunday's similar thing, like family time, a lot of time hanging out with the kids and my wife and friends, relatives. That's really our weekend. And so I look forward to Mondays, man, not just because I'm rested during the weekend, but also I just really enjoy what I do. I love this industry, the creator economy industry. And so, partnerships is my role. And I was talking to Franz earlier today about how he sees partnership, because he's also in the partnership space. His title and his role at StreamYard and Hopin is strategic partnerships. And so partnerships, I've found, as you talk to different people, they can have different definitions of partnerships. And so there's this different tiers and levels of partnerships, or different types of partnerships, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. The first part, or sort of the first tier of partnerships, as Franz really defined it, is brand and co-marketing partnerships. This is really when either two brands or a creator and a brand, for example, brand deals. This is sort of like the level one, tier one of partnerships, right? The creator will talk about a brand and promote them through the creator's audience. Maybe one time, maybe ongoing, as like ongoing sponsorship, but it's really a co-marketing type thing. The creator may also go and join the brand in their channel and talk about the brand, right? And so sort of become a spokesperson for the brand in some ways, right? It's a very low lift, sometimes a one-time thing, could be an ongoing thing, but there's no heavy coding or anything like that. It could also be two brands coming together and promoting each other. Could be through a webinar, joint webinar, or joint event together, something like that. It could be something where they're hosting a dinner or an event together. Co-marketing is really the space there. That's really the definition there. So brand and or co-marketing. And so this is really easy. I mean, this is a really low lift. It's a good way. It's just like any relationship. You don't get married as soon as you meet somebody. You go and grab coffee, and then you maybe then grab dinner and stuff. This is really coffee. You're just grabbing coffee with another brand, or you as a brand grabbing coffee with a creator. Hopefully that analogy lands there. The second one is tier 2 is service partnerships. And so this is really where you as a brand are working likely with agencies, right? Service. So, in terms of a SaaS company, a software company, your value, the value of your business is really, for example, if as a software company, is especially if you're in a software as a service space, SaaS space, where basically people are paying you a monthly fee for access to your software, then the value of your business is really in that software making money, right? Not services, right? If you are also providing a service, right? If you have a platform or a software, and then you also have services sort of surrounding that as part of your revenue, if the majority of your revenue as a company is through services, it's not a really strong play, because it's hard to sell. It's hard to evaluate that. Because when it's a service and you need somebody to provide the service, then that's overhead. That's additional expenses versus a software. And so, a service partnership could be where a company will outsource the service aspect of their business to agencies, right? To a fulfillment center, to somebody third party. And that could be a service partnership, okay? So you as a creator, you could be a service partner for different brands if you provide, for example, services, maybe graphic design services, video editing services, talent management services, virtual assistants, admin type services, right? There's lots of services that, different consumers or customers of brands can use, okay? So service partners. The third tier of partnerships is what's called an integration partner. And so this is really where two companies will integrate into each other. So if you go to, for example, if you go to Uscreen, you will see that we'll have integrations, right? You can go in, you can connect Drip, you can connect Google Analytics, all of these things. You can connect them really directly. Zapier is a great tool for people to connect different platforms that don't have, integrations, but most tools now will have integrations, right? If you go to StreamYard, there's an integration with YouTube and vice versa, right? The idea here is that you make it easier for you to, as a brand or as software, as a platform, for your users to use other tools. And so that allows you, so for example, if I'm using StreamYard, and if I'm using YouTube, for example, and I want to use StreamYard, it's easy for me to use StreamYard because there's a direct integration. There's a button that literally says connect StreamYard to YouTube, and that makes it really easy, right? If it was hard, then I may not use StreamYard because it's so difficult for me to live stream to YouTube. But they've made that direct integration because StreamYard and YouTube are integration partners, made it really easy for them to do that. Same thing with StreamYard and LinkedIn, right? You can go live on LinkedIn directly from StreamYard, and so easy to do, so easy to connect because there's a direct integration between the two platforms, okay? And so it's really easy to do that. Now, you as a creator, this is probably not a space that you're going to be doing because you don't have necessarily a platform that you're needing to integrate with another platform out there, but just very important for you to understand. The last and sort of like, I guess, the highest form of partnerships in terms of our space here is business alliance and strategic partnerships, right? This is really where you're doing all of the above, right? You're promoting each other, you're cross-promoting each other, you're integrated with each other, right? You may be providing services for each other's companies and brands. And so for you as a content creator, this could be with other content creators. You have a business alliance here. You know, maybe you are serving with another creator. I'm trying to think of a really good example here. Maybe you are you're serving YouTubers, right? For example. And so you're serving YouTubers and how they can grow their YouTube channel, right? That's what you do. You're a YouTube coach. You teach people how to launch and grow their YouTube channels. You know, you're talking about SEO and keywords and titles and all of that stuff, optimizing your videos and everything. And so that's what you do, right? Meta tags, right? That's your thing. It's like you're a YouTube coach. You could have a business alliance or strategic partnership with somebody that is a camera confidence or professional speaking is their niche, right? They teach people how to be professional on camera, right? How to have confidence when they show up and presence when they are in front of a camera, how to talk to a camera, right? As funny as that sounds, that does exist, right? That is a thing. And so you could have a strategic partnership there where you maybe build something together, right? Maybe you build a program or, a course or a membership together, right? A few years ago, I remember that there was a PR coach. And so there was a PR coach, and all she did was her niche was PR, right? She used to work at a really big PR firm in New York. She then broke off and started her own PR agency. And so one of the things that she did when she started that was then she got real tired of sort of running an agency and sort of having the same conversations over and over again. And so she launched a membership so people could just consume her content on demand, and she would teach people live how to run PR campaigns and things like that. And she had a strategic alliance or strategic partnership and business alliance with a copywriting coach, right? Because she understood that people needed copywriting and vice versa. So when you're trying to do your own PR, you need to have this really valuable skill of copywriting. And so she partnered with a copywriting coach. They didn't merge their business. They didn't put it together. They didn't start a new business together. They just partnered together, right? But a very high level, very complex, very like tight-knit partnership where it almost seemed like they had the same business together, but they were still separate businesses, but partnered serving this particular audience. And so that's one way to look at it, right? Look around you. What are the other services? What are the other types of knowledge that your audience would benefit from? And seek out partners in those spaces, right? Because they are also not only going to serve your audience, but they also may have an audience that you can then serve, right? It's a two-way thing. It's not just one way. And so don't feel like, oh, I don't want to bring a partner in because they're just going to take my clients and make, and sort of like, it's just going to be a one-way benefit thing. They may also have an audience that you are going to be able to serve and will add to your bottom line as well, right? And so that is really the 4 different tiers of partnerships. As as Franz, my friend, make sure you connect with him. Our full episode of that interview with Franz from StreamYard/Hopin will be live probably in the next couple of episodes here. So make sure you tune into that. And so I really hope that this kind of gives you some ideas when it comes to partnerships. Man, if you have any thoughts, any questions around partnerships, any questions around even brand deals, which, like I said, is sort of like the coffee version of partnerships, let me know. Leave me a comment, send me a message on Instagram or LinkedIn. I would love to chew on those kind of questions and share some thoughts, because again, literally that's what I do every day, is talk about brand deals and sponsorships and partnerships. And so thank you again for hanging out with us here. With me. Thank you for hanging out with me here. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this as well with other creators that are out there. And I think we are now up to, I think we are up to episode 91, I want to say, of this podcast. Season 1, episode 91. And so I think the next version of this, we're going to be, season 1 will be wrapping up at... I want to say probably, 100 episodes, a nice round even number. And then we're going to start season 2. And I'm trying to think of some cool things that we can do in season 2, different guests and things like that. But if you have any suggestions, please send them my way. I'd love to hear about it. And again, let me know what you think about the coaching idea. I would love to just be able to serve this community in a deeper way through coaching, and really addressing your specific pain points, your challenges, kind of where you're at with your business at this moment, and helping you get over that, and really, growing, scaling, launching your businesses, your creative businesses, and really serve you in that fashion. So with that, thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next episode. God bless you guys, and take care. Bye-bye.